29 karts in this one. Alors, on va y aller tout de suite avec la grille de départ. Sur la première ligne, on avait Zachary Clement DeMello, but we'll have to see if he's going to be on the first row there. Tommy Lemaire-Ouellette, juste à côté, ce sera second row, Olivier Bédard et Nicolas Doré sur la deuxième ligne. Troisième ligne, Jeffrey Kingsley, Anthony Tolfa. Quatrième ligne, Christophe Paquet et Tyler Kashak. Cinquième ligne, Zachary Scalzo et Samuel Fontaine. Sixth will be Cameron Morrison, Alexandre Lacroix. Seven, Trevor Rancière, Nicolas Fauré. Huitième, Adam Martin, Marco Signoretti. On the ninth row, Alan Moreau, Alexandre Couturier. And in the 10th row, Cédric Lupien et Sarah McKay.
Back to row number 11, Zachary Shearer on the 280 is going to start 21st alongside Tegan Poles. Row 12 will be Steve Coudray and Tyler Rapani in the number 211. Row 13, Richard Schumacher in the 254 and Charles Arejimbal in the number 225. Row 14, Jordan Slipikoff in the number 281 and Isaac Marit in the number 231. And Nelson Learn in the 265 will start at the tail of the field here as our Rotax Max Junior category brought to you by SRA Karting on the racetrack for their second warm-up lap. We'll set them off and let them go racing here. And, you know, one of the big things that happened this morning, even before I got here, Elaine, was the contact and the accident for Zachary Clement DeMello, who got caught up in a practice crash. It's very interesting to see him get in that incident, trying to see if we see him on the racetrack here right now.
Alors, cette course est présentée par SRA Karting. On est en Rotax Max Junior, mesdames et messieurs, alors que les pilotes vont se placer tout doucement, côte à côte, pour le départ.
So trouble right now. We're not seeing Clement DeMello on the racetrack here at this point. No updates at this point to find out whether he's even going to be here. I said a pretty major wreck this morning in practice. Actually got caught up with a driver who got spinning in front of him, and Clement DeMello actually making contact with that driver during the practice session and was actually really demoed that car. And at this point, we're not seeing him on the racetrack. So, wow, what a change. Here's the kid that you expected to be able to walk away from it as he was the strongest driver throughout the weekend. But remember, he has already qualified for the Worlds. So, again, already qualified for Team Canada. So, really no need to push it here today if there's any kind of an injury. But, again, Clement DeMello not on the racetrack. So, that's going to put Tommy Lemaire-Ouellette on the front row alongside Olivier Bedard. Lemaire-Ouellette in the number 233, Bedard in the number 298.
Yeah. Et on va y aller d'un autre tour de formation parce que l'officiel, au départ, n'a pas aimé ce qu'il voyait, ou bien les pilotes étaient mal positionnés, ou bien ils allaient un peu trop vite. Alors, ils vont devoir retourner encore une fois pour un autre tour de formation. On est dans une course de 12 tours.
Being told now that, it's good news, being told that Zachary Clement DeMello, not enough time to be able to get that chassis rebuilt to get him out here for the pre-final, but he's going to come out for the main event. So that will be interesting to see what he can do from the tail of the field in that pre-final, or rather that main event. Could be exciting.
Clement DeMello ne sera pas de la course là présentement pour la pré-finale parce qu'il n'a pas réussi à réparer son kart assez rapidement, mais on nous dit qu'il sera de la finale. Ah. Correction.
Well, a little correction, correct. Our race director kind of nodding his head at us here right now. I guess you have to run the pre-final to be able to run the main event. So Zachary Clement DeMello, who will not run the pre-final now, obviously, as we know, as we go green flag right now here, he will not be allowed to run the main event either. So Zachary Clement DeMello, his weekend is done. We have a couple drivers together. That's one of our drivers from the very front of the pack. That might have been Bedard, I believe, or Kingsley. That could have been Kingsley.
It's 2:33 of Tommy Lemaire-Ouellette, premier maintenant. Et juste derrière lui, c'est Olivier Bédard, Doré. On va voir qui a eu ces problèmes. Donc, dès le départ, il y a eu un contact. J'ai manqué le... Oh, et encore un autre contact. Un kart qui a été soulevé par-dessus l'autre dans le virage numéro 2. Alors que c'est le 216 de Jeffrey Kingsley, you're right, qui a été impliqué dans le premier contact au tout début, qui se retrouve loin derrière.
Kingsley starting on the inside. second row, starting in that fourth position, and this car kind of slid through there, made some contact side to side, and it was one of those deals where the car just kind of rolled up on the side of the wheel of the car and beside him, and it just spun right around. So Kingsley going all the way back to the tail of the field. This will be an important run for Kingsley. He has enough speed to be able to work his way forward. He needs to try to claw his way back into the top 15 if he has any chance to win here this weekend. Up front, though, it is the 233 of Lemaire Hulette, your leader. Bedard runs in second. Nicolas Foray in the 203rd. Adam Martin in the 297, now fourth. And Cameron Morrison rounding out your early top five.
Ouais, le meneur, c'est Tommy Lemaire Hulette qui, lui, a réussi à se faufiler, rester à l'extérieur des problèmes, alors qu'on a un pilote qui hante ici. J'ai l'impression que c'est peut-être...
Is that Kingsley?
I'm trying to see the numbers.
No, that's a 230.
230, that's 230. Zachary Scalzo.
That's Zach Scalzo in the Lewis Hamilton car. He's already qualified for Team Canada through the Gators Challenge of the Americas, but a mechanical issue with Zachary Scalzo, the number 230. Oh man, that's just tough to see that happen. So Scalzo going to start at the tail of the field in that pre-final. Started in 9th position. He'll start at the tail of the field in the pre-final, dead last. But an issue there for him. He's going to try to roll things back up here. Not sure what's wrong with the car. He just pulled it off. Up front, Tommy Lemaire Hulette to the 233, now leading by 0.2 of a second over Bedard. Foray in the third position. Martin, Paquette, Morrison, Renzi are now up into 7th. Zachary Shearer in 8th. Tyler Kasich in 9th. And Marco Signoretti in the 10th spot.
I have a feeling Bedard is going to take it easy now behind Lemaire Hulette and just, they've got 12 laps to go, so no hurry. They're way ahead.
And again, it's an understanding that what do you need to do? If you're second place, it's a great place to start the pre-final anyway. So you're not going to get anything starting first, second, or third. All you want to do is to be able to get the best starting position possible and make sure you're not at the tail of the field.
Exactly. Donc Bedard qui est derrière Lemaire Hulette. J'ai l'impression qu'il va y aller avec un peu plus de prudence cette fois-ci pour garder sa position. Nicolas Foray est 3e et c'est Adam Martin qui est 4e et Christophe Paquet 5e. Ils vont passer devant nous alors qu'on donne un drapeau au 208.
Meatball flag being shown in number 208 right now. And we have an issue with one of the drivers on the racetrack. It's the 208.
Samuel Fontaine, who started 10th.
Correct. Fontaine getting the meatball flag. That's a technical DQ on that car, so something wrong with the machine. He has to pull it off the racetrack in the pit lane. So Fontaine, who started in the 10th position, he'll be back at the tail of the field as well. So always tough to see something happen to these drivers in these pre-finals, because really this is where the damage is done, because you got to start at the very tail of the pack for that main event. And of course, in contrast, two drivers having a great run here right now. Tommy Lemaire Hulette in the number 233 and Olivier Bedard in the 298 are stretching away. The top two drivers right now leading the way. Nicolas Foray in the number 200 comfortably into the third spot. But we have a good battle for fourth. Adam Martin in the 297 and Christophe Paquette in the number 222 going at it. And actually Cameron Morrison in the 202 closing up here as well.
Alors, on aurait une belle bagarre pour la 4e, 5e et 6e place, alors que Paquet, Martin et Morrison sont très très près l'un de l'autre. Mais devant, c'est très bon et très facile pour Tommy Lemaire Hulette et Olivier Bédard, puisqu'ils ont plusieurs cartes d'avance sur leur plus proche rival, qui est Nicolas Foray, en 3e place.
Just closing our way into the halfway point here now. It'll be 6 laps down, 6 to go next time by. So right around the middle of this pre-final. And Tommy Lemaire Hulette, the number 233, who started on the pole position, is very comfortably out front here right now. Just a couple of, maybe 3 or 4 tenths of a second ahead of Bedard. Everything going in the right direction to start on the pole position for the main event.
Ouais, ça se passe très très bien pour Lemaire Hulette qui va compléter un 6e tour, je pense, alors qu'on a un autre drapeau. We have another flag coming up for another driver here.
Another issue, this time the number 280 getting the call on that one. Zachary Shearer. Zachary Shearer getting the call on start-finish. The black and white.
Lemaire Hulette qui a presque 6e de seconde d'avance sur Bédard. Foray derrière à 1,4 et Christophe Paquet qui est à 1,590 en 4e position. Toujours pas de changement pour ce qui est de nos 3 meneurs qui sont dans le bout du droit et qui vont passer devant nous, mais c'est derrière pour la 4e place, où là, il y a toujours une chance de changement ici entre les pilotes Martin et Morrison.
Of course, watching lap times here right now, half a second, the gap between first and second, 0.546 actually. Bedard a bit quicker last time by, but not much. Alain, both drivers running comfortably, the low 56 and 56 flat. Nicolas Foray actually down to a 55.996. Not enough time, not enough speed to make him close up to actually take a lead here or even close to the guys. But good lap times being laid down by everybody now in the top 10.
Still half a second between Lemaire-Ouellette and Bédard. Toujours une demi-seconde entre le premier et le deuxième. Pour le troisième, un petit peu plus rapide sur ce dernier tour pour ce qui est de Forêt, mais pas suffisamment pour se rapprocher, comme l'expliquait Rob. Alors que derrière, ça se joue un petit peu plus serré. Voyons voir si on va avoir un dépassement au bout du droit pour la 4e position entre Christophe Paquet et Adam Martin. Non, pas encore une fois assez près pour profiter de l'aspiration et tenter de le dépasser dans le virage numéro 15.
Good fight here for both the third position, or fourth position rather, and the 6th position. Christophe Paquet able to get by Adam Martin, and Paquet number 222. But then we have that next battle between Cameron Morrison and Tyler Kashek. Kashek actually one of the faster drivers on the racetrack, about 6/10 of a second quicker than Morrison. So Tyler Kashek in the number 299 running 7th in that Intrepid, actually closing up on Morrison now. That could be, and you know what, we still got laps left. We still got, what, 4 laps remaining, and Kashek actually closing right up on Morrison. He has the opportunity to work his way up a couple of spots if that car keeps coming in. Let's see.
Regardez comment Kashak se rapproche rapidement. Il est dans le 10, dans le 12 maintenant. Il se rapproche énormément de Morrison qui, lui, est dans le kart juste devant lui, vert, habillé de vert. Voyons voir s'il pourra profiter de l'aspiration. Mais non, Morrison semble avoir une vitesse plus grande, alors que juste devant, non, encore une fois, on va rester sur ses positions.
Kashak just not getting off the last corner well enough to get that run down the straightaways. We'll have 3 to go this time by. Kashak now closing right back up against the 202 of Morrison. That's the battle actually for 6th position. So that's actually a row on the racetrack. And Kashak looked like he maybe had the speed to be able to get by, but this time just kind of gets caught up. Once he gets there, not able to get the job done. And we see that before. Yeah, you may be faster, you may be able to get there, but once you get there, you got to be able to make the move. Otherwise, it's a waste. You got to be able to pull the trigger and find a way by. Closing it on someone just doesn't make any, doesn't give you anything unless you actually make the move.
Lemaire-Ouellette qui est toujours devant Bédard, cette fois-ci a augmenté son avance d'un dixième, peut-être un peu plus sur Ouellette, sur Bédard, pardon. Ouellette increasing his lead by a tenth, maybe. Forêt shaving off a couple of tenths here on the second place.
Watching this battle here for 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, and none of the drivers really able to do anything where it counts. That's on that straightaway. That's pretty much the primary passing opportunity here at Mont Tremblant. There's a number of them, obviously. There's a lot of places to pass, but the big one to watch out for, of course, is at the end of the back straightaway. And none of those drivers running in that 4th, 5th, 6th, or 7th position are able to affect any kind of change on that long straightaway.
And Forêt is still a little faster now, shaving off another couple of tenths there in 3rd place en troisième. Oh, contact derrière in turn number 2. Big contact. A couple of karts there really stuck.
Disappointing way to get in contact there. Trying to figure out which driver that is. That's a 227. Looks like
Alexandre Lacroix and is it 280 went by really
265. Alexander Lacroix, as you said, and then the 265. Trying to find that number here on our order. Of course, it's hard for us to find that one.
They're further back in the... On a toujours Lemaire-Ouellette, notre meneur, par 7 dixièmes de seconde. Encore une fois, Olivier Bédard est deuxième. Forêt qui se rapproche un peu, mais pour l'instant, il n'y a pas de changement.
That was actually Nelson Learn in the 265. It started dead last and was able to work his way forward. But very disappointing for Learn, who actually was having a pretty good race there. And he'll find himself falling down the order.
Toujours Lemaire-Ouellette, Bédard, Forêt.
Last lap board being shown, Alain. Final lap on the racetrack.
Dernier tour pour cette pré-finale en Max Junior, Rotax Max Junior, présenté par SRA Karting.
Tommy Lemaire-Ouellette in the number 233, leading by 7/10 of a second, stretching out to a pretty nice advantage here now. Down the back straightaway through 15. Great way to start things off. He started on the pole position, going to bring it here. It's a victory right now for Tommy Lemaire-Ouellette, the 233. Second spot goes to Olivier Bedard in the 298. Third to Nicolas Forêt in the number 200. Christophe Paquette ahead of Adam Martin, Cameron Morrison, and Tyler Kashek. Those drivers we were watching in 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. Anthony Tolfa now up